There are rifles and then there are rifles. I'm Ethan, I love muzzleloading. Today I'm at the Rock Island Auction Company taking a look at some of the exquisite original muzzleloaders they have in-house right now, and I'm really excited to show you this fine piece of muzzleloading history. What we're looking at here is a German percussion target rifle by SCHRAGE in Koblenz. If you've watched any of these videos before, you know I'm not perfect at the pronunciation here. We're going to continue forward with the muzzleloader, because that's what we're here for. Manufactured in 1850, this beautiful rifle has a brown octagonal barrel and a dovetailed tunnel bead front sight. The bright patent breech and false breech with long tang houses a fitted aperture target rear sight. The floating island sidelock with step tail and engraved dolphin hammer with gold inlay eyes adds some beautiful artistry to this, what I imagine is extremely accurate piece. The bright trigger plate features a long shaped finial and is fitted with double set triggers. The trigger guard is shaped to fit the fingers, and the hooked butt plate is reminiscent of target rifles that many people still shoot today. The rifle features a figured walnut half stock with beautifully, really comfortable raised cheek piece. It has a checkered grip and Schnabel forearm tip, and this rifle features its original iron ramrod. Target shooting with muzzleloaders is near and dear to my heart. And having the opportunity to sit down and look at an original German target rifle, one of the rifles that comes from a group of people that really pioneered accuracy in firearms, it's just a phenomenal experience. Everything about this piece is comfortable, is beautiful. I think that you can use a lot of the same words that you describe a German race car with to describe this beautiful rifle. Let's start with the shape, design, and color. Just some really simple elements about this. A lot of this is going to be subjective. If you feel differently, let me know and let me know why. But first we have this beautiful walnut half stock. You can see just fantastic curl here. And I think some people may not like this dark flare that we have here, but I think it really adds to this rifle. Because overall, when you look at this piece, there's nothing dark about it. We have bright metal finished. We have a simply browned barrel here. This is really the darkest note on the rifle. I think it's fitting that it's back here in the buttstock, kind of contrasting, and at the same time working with the rest of the grain structure that we have here. Moving forward, we have this beautiful checkered wrist here that just adds a comfortable feel to this rifle. And with that wrist feel, we have the beautiful trigger guard that just fits comfortably to your hand. We come up here to the classic German double set triggers. We have our beautiful white polished side lock here. And really the only note of extensive engraving on this rifle. I think a lot of times we can see a lot of these rifles really outdone with engraving, but on this piece, really the highest note that we have is on the hammer here. We have a traditional dolphin head engraving on here, and the only note of gold inlay is on this hammer here. It's not really on a more permanent area of the gun, it's on the easily replaceable hammer, which I find interesting. But it adds a lot of flair when you look at this hammer and you see the two gold eyes, one on either side, really accenting this piece right where the action is when you shoot this rifle. I mean, I talk about rifles being kind of an ensemble or a canvas or a painting of some sort, and you have this in my head, you have this beautiful stock, it's kind of calm. You get to the breech area with the lock, and you have this boom, of just engraving. You have the gold inlay, and it lines right up with the ignition of your charge. And then as we follow the charge and kind of the ensemble, down the barrel, we get much calmer and quieter until we exit. And then when you're shooting it, you have the crescendo of the muzzle flash and then the ball, or conical, I guess, depending on what you're shooting, going down range. This can be seen as kind of a simple rifle, but really on the hammerhead here, you see some artistry at work. Stepping back slightly from our lock, we have this really long tang that stretches back almost to where the cheek piece rises up, where we have a really nice adjustable tang sight here. Really common for a lot of target or match rifles. And I think here in the States, we're really used to seeing these in kind of your sharps and your buffalo guns, kind of long range Blackpowder cartridge kind of rifles. But this is kind of where they got their start on muzzleloaders like this one. We come forward and kind of finish out the half stock here of the beautiful walnut stock. We have this kind of a nice bulb here indicating to our hand when we're holding that that's the end of the stock. The barrel is a nice even brown color. I think sometimes we see a lot of differentiating colors through a brown barrel like this. This is really just nice and calm. It's kind of how I feel when I see it. That's the word that comes to mind. The maker's mark is engraved here on the top barrel flat. Nothing abnormal about that. It's nice to see that maker's signature on this so we know where it came from and who made it, really who gets the credit for it. You'll notice on this muzzleloader we don't have an entry pipe for our ramrod. We just have our kind of middle ramrod pipe here on the barrel and then our muzzle end ramrod pipe here as well, connecting with this sling stud here in the middle. We also have a place for a sling down here at the bottom of the buttstock. Kind of adding to the allure of the target or match muzzleloading rifle, we have our hooded front sight with a simple post and kind of bulb there in the front. I picked out this rifle because it is a great representation of an earlier match muzzleloader. And if you go to a really serious muzzleloading competition today in the 21st century, you're going to see a lot of rifles that resemble a lot of the features that we have here. You're going to see a nice hooked buttstock. You're going to see really similar sight setup. You're going to see a really similar, really large cheek rest here where you can get right into the rifle, get really comfortable with it so that you're able to take the most comfortable and accurate shot as you can. On the left-hand side of the rifle, it's very simple. I mean, really overall, it's a very simple rifle. Its elegance is placed where it needs to be an accurate working muzzleloader. We have a really simple inlay here on our lock bolt. And our wedge plates here are very simple as well. Nothing really over the top about this rifle other than the rifle itself. There's just something about these that I just really get a kick out of. I think I would regret it if I didn't post up here with this. Oh man, you would not believe how comfortable this is. It's just a little bit, I mean, it's got quite a bit of drop into our cheek rest here. A little bit more than I need. Personally, so if you're thinking about, a Christmas gift for I Love Muzzleloading here, a little bit more drop than I need, but I think I could make it work. Everything about this is balanced. It's just great, and that's something you see across the board on so many of these match muzzleloaders. It's a comfort level that you just don't see really anywhere else, I don't think. You can throw any high-end modern match rifle at me and it will never be as comfortable as a rifle like this one. I don't know where this rifle is going to call home here in the next few weeks, but wow, neat piece. This isn't necessarily the caliber of the kind of rifle that we see, I think, like with the Napoleon collection that they have right now, but I think for several of us out there in the muzzleloading world, this scratches a very satisfying itch, and I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at it here with me today. If I didn't note it before, this rifle is a 36 caliber, lining up with it being a small bore competition muzzleloader. It's cheap to feed. At 36, you're kind of in that, right around that 40 magic number of round ball ballistics that a lot of us favor in the muzzleloading world, and you can shoot this kind of thing all day without really any fatigue, being that small bore caliber. I really hope that you've enjoyed taking a look at this muzzleloader with me today. I have a soft spot in my heart for target and match muzzleloaders, and getting a chance to get up close with an original from 1850 is just a fantastic experience. I can't thank the Rock Island Auction Company enough for bringing me in here to show these fantastic pieces to you today. If you'd like to learn more about this or any other muzzleloaders that we're taking a look at, feel free to check out the Rock Island Auction Company on their social media pages. They're posting a ton of great articles and high-quality photographs of these original pieces for you to check out, for you to learn from, and for you to add to your own reference library. So be sure to check those out. I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Even the trigger guard, you don't make them like this anymore. You just don't, man. Man, that just sits, that just parks, man. You could just shoot that all day. You could shoot that all day.